Hello and welcome to Beaver's Hobby channel. In this video, I will show you how to make CS or counter steer gear for the WLtoys 120F K989 and K969. You can also do this to the other cars like Mini-Z, Mini-Q, and Atomic SZ. First of all, I want to apologize for the poor quality of the footages in this video. I filmed this a year ago, but I didn't put it up because some of them are too dark or out of focus. Anyway, with the narration of what I am doing, this should give you some idea of how to make a CS gear yourself. If you want to know what CS drift is, please check out my introduction to RC drift counter steer video. With that out of the way, let's get started. Two things you need to modify are rear gear and differential. What I am essentially doing is increasing the size of the rear pinion gear, and because of that, the differential gear has to move in order to accommodate it. First, you need to choose the CS ratio you want to do, and pick a gear to match it. In my opinion, 1.5 is a good place to start for a beginner. So in this case, you would want a 12-teeth pinion. The pinion you pick has to be the same pitch as the original gear, which is the standard size for small toy cars and small robots. You can easily find these plastic gears on eBay. I choose 15-teeth gear to make 1.875 ratio and salvage the gear from another car. Now that you have the pinion, if the hole is not big enough, you will have to drill into the hole to widen it. This can go off center very easily, so be patient. Now I am going to put this pinion on the rear gear. The rear gear I use is the one that already worn out. Well, with the old batch of WLtoys, the gears are very brittle, and I could wear them out in just a few battery packs. Now I am going to give it a new life, starting by filing down the gear part to the same size as the hole in the pinion gear. I do this by putting the rear gear in the Dremel, using it as a lathe to file down the gear. Now that I have these two pieces, simply glue them together. And I have a rear gear for CS. At this point, if the CS gear pinion is longer than the original rear gear, you will have to file it down, otherwise it won't fit. Once it is finished, put this rear gear in the car. Next thing to modify is the differential. As I said earlier, because the rear pinion is bigger, the diff gear has to move to fit the rear gear. First, disassemble the diff and take the middle bit with the bevel gears out. Now it is the matter of test fit the differential and see if it can spin freely inside the gearbox. If removing the middle bit is not enough, you will have to cut or file down these three prongs. Again, test fit everything and repeat the process until all the parts can move freely. You might have to file down the other side of the diff too. This is my final test fit. You can see that this side is getting a lot shorter. I will deal with it later. Okay, everything seems to be working fine. The last thing to do is gluing everything together. For the main part, I use long shaft drive cup to guide the diff in place. And I also do the test fit every step of the way. Once I am sure it is working, I can glue the short drive cup into the diff. And as for the other side that got shorter, I use the long shaft, glue it, and stick it in, but not all the way. It is better to have an original diff to compare the size and to see how much gap to leave. And it is done. Now I have a complete working CS gear kit, ready to countersteer all the way to Funtown. And that's it for this video. I hope this is clear enough for you to follow and make one yourself. If you have any question, feel free to comment below. Please subscribe if you haven't done it yet to stay tuned. Thanks for watching, and see you again next time.